Good evening, friends. Welcome to Friar Side Chat. I'm your deep fat friar, Pastor Andrew. Over the last few weeks, as we've gathered here and met with different guests, we've answered some tough questions. But I don't think any are going to be as tough as we're going to answer tonight. In these days, the difficulty of loving our neighbors, as the Bible tells us to, is sometimes hard. It's hard because how do we do that? What's a way that you and I can love our neighbor as Christ loved us? Well, tonight we've brought a motivational speaker to share with us his story, an inspirational story, a story that has certainly motivated me. From the time he was born, he was set up to be someone who shared love with others. His name is Cherish Ulysses Neighbor. Mr. Cherish, you neighbor, are you there? Are you there, Mr. Cherish?
Well, of course I'm here. What do you mean? What's up with all that using my full name? You can call me Mr. C from here on out. I'm here today to motivate you to love your neighbor. Because if you don't, I'm going to find you. It's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work to love your neighbor, especially when they disagree with you, especially when they drive you crazy, especially when they're doing jumping jacks on your last nerve. But you know what? We was called to do that. When Jesus was asked what the greatest commandment was, he said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. But then he said, love your neighbor as yourself. And so I'm here today to motivate you to love your neighbor as yourself.
Wow, Mr. C, that's amazing. Were you born seriously that strong? Or did you have to work at that? Sometimes it's hard to love our neighbors. Sometimes it takes everything that we have in us. But if that's what Jesus said we're supposed to do, then I guess the gains are worth it?
You think I was born this way? You think I was born with these muscles? You think I was born with this beautiful beard and this glorious hair? Well, the hair maybe. But I was named Cherish. You know how people treated me? You know how hard it was to love my neighbor? It took hard work. It took hard work to learn that on the playground. I had to learn it at the work. I had to learn it on the court. I had to learn it at the gym. And I tell you what, the more I worked at it, the better I felt. Because I was doing what the Word of God says. And if we don't do what the Word of God says, then I pity the fool who don't do that. Because he ain't going to be happy. Now, I'm here to tell you that you can love your neighbor. Even if they don't deserve it, you're still called to do it. And that's the real gains. So Fat, it's good to see you, brother. I'll see you in the gym. Maybe we'll work on growing you some hair. But until then, love your neighbor, brother. See ya.
Well, there you have it from Mr. C himself. He pities the fool who does not love his neighbor. This week, join me as we have French fries, fried shrimp, mozzarella sticks, fried ravioli, and we reflect on the things that we've talked about here at the Friar Side Chat. Remember to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and then love your neighbor as yourself. This has been Friar Side Chat with me, your deep fat friar, Pastor Andrew.